welcome to the video. In this video, I'm going to be showing you and talking about how you can take your existing cybersecurity home lab and kicking it up a notch. You might want to grab a coffee because we're going to be talking for just a minute about the importance of cybersecurity home lab in this modern age of going out and trying to get cyber jobs. I work with a lot of people who are trying to get into the space of cybersecurity. I like it. I find it extremely rewarding to see people's growth in the cyberspace. A lot of people are coming to me right now and they're saying that the market is saturated with workers. And they're likely right. What can we do to set ourselves apart from the masses that are trying to get that same job as you? Have a cybersecurity home lab because it's a way to practice your skills and have something to tangibly talk about during an interview and to demonstrate skills. Another thing you do is to have certifications. Those are very helpful. They can get you in the door. We have a concept of automation and scripting. I love automation and scripting, and I really feel like including that piece into your cyber lab is something that is unique, and it's unique to you, but it can also really set you apart from other people that are trying to get that job. Other people really could have a similar type of setup, okay? But if you can say, I also use Python to automate these tasks, and I wanted to experiment with saving time and making the repetitive job automated and accurate all the time, I really feel like that's a piece that could really set you apart in our industry that we're trying to get a part of. Let's jump right to the scripting part of a cybersecurity home lab. So now I actually have a home lab set up that I'm going to very, very quickly go through. It's very simple. I've actually shown it in a different video. I've got a pfSense machine, and I've got a Kali attached to the LAN side, and I've got a Metasploitable machine attached to the Opt1, and a Debian on the Opt1 interface. And those last two machines have various ports that are open. So how do you pick a task that needs to be automated? What is something that you do often enough that you could benefit from having it be all of it done through a click of a mouse or the running of a script? So there's something that I do fairly regularly is I run Nmap scans all the time in my home labs. And when I get hired out to do network audits, I do Nmap scanning there. And automating elements of packet generation is something that I do quite a bit and really, really benefit from because it saves me a ton of time. One thing that I find really interesting, and I actually built my home lab to demonstrate this, is that when you've got a Kali Linux machine, like I've got here, and it's attached to a local area network, you can do a network scan of everything that's inside that local area network, but you might want to do some discovery on other networks. And it is possible to do that. It all depends on what the firewall rules are at that central point, whether that's a router, a switch, or whatever. It depends on what's being controlled and done there. So I like to actually send out SYN packets to a variety of IP addresses that are outside of my network. So in this one, I'm dealing with an 89.10, but I could do an HPing3 SYN. We're gonna send it to port 22. And we can see that we get something back, right? So that's not inside my network. I'm in an 89 network, and I've got a machine in a different network that responded with a SYN ACK. That shows us something right there. It says that the LAN network is allowed to communicate with a machine in a different network. And that's just one single packet. What about all 254 IP address hosts inside of that network? Well, that would be great. But what about all of the ports that are available on each one of those machines? That's a lot of ports to send SYN packets to. And how can we do that efficiently and fast? I've created a script, and I'm gonna show it to you. I really like it. It actually meets my need and my business need really, really well. I call it Sinister. And you'll see in a second what I mean by Sinister. It's kind of funny. I've got a script called Sinister here, SYN, so it's appropriate for networking. And we'll go through a quick run through of this and talk about it. I'm not going to go through all the code because there's a lot of lines, and that's not as much fun to watch. So I'm going to include this script in my GitHub. If you want it, you can go ahead and download it. Go ahead and add things to it, whatever. I got to tell you, I actually made this all with AI. It did take like a couple hours actually, because I had to keep feeding back things into it. I want this now. I want this now. I want this now. I want this now. Actually, I don't like the way that's presenting itself. How can we make this run faster? Let's incorporate multi-threading. Man, when I did that, it kicked this script up a notch and made it really powerful. AI is our friend. Make your CyberLab better. Use the tools. So let's run this Sinister script. There you go. And by the way, if you're going to be making a script, it's also very important to have a really cool banner. I think this one's cool. So let's go through some of the functionality of the script. And I hope that this inspires you to do something similar and make your lab your own. So make something that's unique to you. I really enjoy packet generation, so this is right up my alley. So right now we've got sort of a functionality. I can show a packet. It shows me the existing one. That's what's currently available. So I'm using Scapy in this particular case, and it comes with a little bit of default stuff. All the stuff that you need to do, you got IP and TCP. That's all good. That's what I currently have. But what I would like to have is modify that. So let's go ahead and modify it. I want to modify the IP layer. So over here, I can change my IP address. So that's what it comes as the default part of my script. But let's change it to a more realistic one. So I got 11, I punch in 11, and then I put in the IP address that I want. I'm actually going to do the real IP address of this actual machine. So you can see that it's changed. I could change anything. And this is where it gets really handy, because when I'm doing firewall testing and network testing, I would like to be able to do a variety of tasks and test to see how does a firewall actually handle it. In this case, I'm actually fine. We're going to leave the source IP right there. I like it. And we're at the main menu now. And so I could send a single packet, which is actually kind of handy. The destination would be 10.0.0.1, and that actually won't go anywhere in this particular case. And that's okay. So I'm not actually going to do that. It doesn't suit my need, but I can do a bulk send, which is pretty fun. So I could send a continuous one, which would just go boop, 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 boop. I could send a specific count, so maybe I only want to send 10. So let's do 10. Number of packets to send, and are we wanting to send it? Yes. Set up a capture. And yes. There's our 10 packets that we sent. Boom. Beautiful. Okay. Let's go and take a look back at bulk send. I could set delays. That's pretty fun. So what's the delay? Let's do 0.02. Let's make it fast. Number of packets to send, 10. Let's start our capture again. And then now, hopefully you saw like that happened really fast. So we could just blast out packets, a certain number or continuously, and then we just boom, 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 and hit it. Good. Now, where this one really shines, and I really enjoy it, is actually the other network. So I can engage with other networks with this tool. So I could send a SYN to a specific hosts. That would just be like, I want to go to this machine. That one's not as exciting as scanning in a single network with the SYN. I want to do that one. So let's go 2, and I only have 2 networks on this. Remember, I've got a 89 and a 50. So let's do the 50 network, 192.168.50.0/24. and it's going to do every single host that's in that range. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this part's really neat in that I actually have the ability to send to all those machines the specified destination port. So in this case, I don't think I changed anything. So I could do a chosen port to every single machine, or I could do that plus the top 100, or I could just do the top 100. And so that's going to generate a lot more packets, but we're going to see that it looks pretty good. So let's start our capture again and do this threaded. Yes. So that'll make things go a lot faster. Boop, 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 boop. Which host are we at? So we're at 30. So it's actually going pretty fast. Actually, I don't want to wait for it to end. I'd rather just look at the syntax right now and prove the point. I put in a filter there, looking for syntax, and we've got 50.11 and 50.2 and 50.1 that are responding with syntax, and the source port being 8053. All of these ports inside of that 50 network have responded with a SYN-ACK. While this is actually still going, we're at 6,800. I know for a fact that there are no machines with that IP address, so we don't need to continue. But it's proving a point that I can send out IP, I can send out SYN packets into that other network and get some response. And there we go. We're getting some feedback right now inside the script. What if I'm in a network and I don't know what the other network is? I'm in an audit situation. I don't know that there's a 192.168.50 network. Well, how do I discover that? Well, we have a whole range. We have 255 possibilities in a Class C network that we could blast. So let's actually do that. 3. So show the range, scan a range. So that's extremely useful. It's like 3. Enter the range. So the range is going to be, I'm going to start with 49 because I know 50 is it. 49, and we're going to go to 51. So that's good. Are we going to do the top ports? Yes, we are. So 3. I think I got my Wireshark ready to rock here. With multi-threading, yes, please. Okay, we can see stuff flying in right now. So we're in the 50 network here. We've definitely passed the machines. Let's do TCP flags. This one here. And there we go. Those are the ports that are open. We've proved again that we can do that. Now I'm going to stop the capture, and I'm actually going to stop this. It'll do a little report. I mean, that's the power of scripting. I could take this script into any work environment and actually test scanning out across the entire network and seeing if I can get into other networks. And that's the value that I think scripting can bring. Think about what you want in your cyber home lab. Think of a way to automate tasks that you do regularly, and then build that tool and then add it to your portfolio, add it to your toolbox of things that add value to you. All right. Thanks for watching the video, and we'll talk to you soon.